I want to work through problem 23, which gives us 86 members in a Native American tribe. It tells us the age ranges in 4 categories, and then the number of individuals in every age range. The first thing we want to do is determine the midpoint for each range. So I can just type average of 1 and 10, average of 11 and 20, average of 21 and 30. We can't average 31 and over, but it tells us in the directions that we're to use 35.5 as the class midpoint here. So now I have basically a list in summary format. I know that I have 31 people with an average age of 5.5, 18 people with an average age of 15.5, and so on. So let's make that list. So my first age is 5.5 years, so I'll write 5.5, and again I have 31 of those people. So let's just pretend that 5.5 occurs, I'm dragging this down, 31 times. So I drug it down to the 31st column. I want to make sure I did that okay, and I did because I've got count of 31. The next number is 15.5, so 15.5 occurs 18 times. So I'll drag that down until I get even with row 18. Again, I never quite trust myself. It looks like I got 19, so all I have to do is click and drag it back up one. I could have hit delete as well. So now I have 18 things there. My third number is 25.5. It occurs 23 times, so there are 23 people in that category. So 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. And I'll double check here, I have 23. And finally 35.5 occurs 14 times. So I'm going to eyeball that to the 14th row. I think it's this one. That's 15, it's one too many. Back it up, and I have 14. So it should be good. If I highlight all of them, I see that I have 86 people, and that is indeed 86 is what I needed to have. So the problem's almost finished. All I need to do now is find the mean, the sample variance, and the standard deviation. Those are easy. The mean is just the average. We've not done it this way before, but you can highlight 4 columns at once. So the average of all those numbers is 17.8. The sample variance, that's just variance, var.s, sample variance, of all those numbers, 123.9, and the sample standard deviation is standard deviation.s of all those numbers, it's 11.1. The book wanted these to the nearest tenth, so I can highlight all 3 at once, decrease decimals until I have 17.8, 123.9, and 11.1. Some of you may have found the sample variance or the standard deviation by squaring the standard deviation to get the variance, or taking the square root of the variance to get the standard deviation. That's fine as long as you use the raw values and you're not rounding and then taking the square root or squaring something. That's it. So when you do it this way, it's a pretty simple problem.